You know who's on YouTube right now? Scott.
And Rand.
How did you know it was on YouTube? Are you on that website right now?
No. They're on the rampantcomedy.com website.
They could be.
But you see at the top of the web, if you're on that website at the top, Facebook, that's where a lot of our videos are, like this one.
He meant YouTube.
Yep. What did I say?
Facebook.
Well, anyway.
You can also go to Facebook.
Yeah, but you won't see the videos.
Yeah.
And we try to keep it real static there. I think we're going to do the post-episode meeting, since this is a media-related type program we're going to do. This is what we hold a brief meeting to talk about the show immediately after we think we've stopped recording. So this is going to require a little bit of suspension of disbelief on your part, because you know that we know that the recording, but anyway.
Have an imagination with us, guys.
Yeah, please do.
So
now you may have to fill in some of the humor too.
We're not always that funny.
No, we're not.
Let's talk about, in fact, lay it on us, man.
Well, as you can see, first of all, I've got my ABC hat on, my ABC shirt. I've never actually worked for ABC. I've worked at radio stations that had carried ABC radio. I have one of my best friends from high school and college is to this day a newscaster on ABC Radio News, Chuck Sievertson. Hey, Chucker.
Chucker.
He's from Connecticut. Yeah. But what I was going to talk about is just how the media landscape has changed so much.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not that funny.
I know. It's just the way you...
It's just my life. What can I say? But when I first was interested in broadcasting, this is back just after Marconi's time, radio was a big deal. Television was the big deal. And newspapers were still very strong, very powerful.
Hanging on.
A lot of ads, big, thick ads and stuff.
Where was the internet?
There was no internet. The only internet there was the secret stuff that the spies were using, and that was way before we had a chance to get in there with our laptops and our iPads and our iPods and all that. So the landscape has really changed a lot. You know, satellites. The only satellite we knew was like Sputnik, and you weren't going to be doing much with Sputnik because it was just a little Russian thing that just about the size of a basketball that bing gave you a little boom once in a while. But satellite now. Here's a question for you.
Okay.
I'm going to let you actually be part of the show.
Oh, hey!
I've been carrying the ball here.
Finally.
I apologize.
Welcome to Ann Scott.
Well, we'll talk about that some other time.
Just kidding.
Here at home, how do you get your entertainment? Do you get it on the internet? Are you getting it from satellite? Are you using cable? Are you using rabbit ears or the equivalent that we use now for digital TV?
Internet only. We don't have cable. We don't have satellite. We don't even have local air stations.
Really?
No.
So if there's a tornado, you have to hope that there's something about a tornado in that episode of Gilligan's Island that you're watching.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you Netflix?
Almost exclusively Netflix. We have a lot of DVDs of shows. Carmen hasn't seen all the shows that I like, so they have been. Just this last summer, I showed her the Dick Van Dyke Show, which she'd seen before, but I had her watch that entire from beginning to end. I had her watch Third Rock from the Sun, which in my mind are two very similar style of shows. They're very silly shows. And Dick Van Dyke, you might watch it now and think, that's not that silly, but back then it was. I still think it's silly. Back then, I think it was very, very particularly silly among all these family-friendly, got to have a moral, got to drive toward that moral kind of thing. He was just, Dick was just,
kind of
going all over the place, yeah.
Oh, Rob!
Yeah. And Mary Tyler Moore is such a sweetheart.
Yeah, she was great.
And, of course, Third Rock from the Sun is basically like the 90s Addams Family, where you got this, or Munsters, whatever, where it's like this very, very silly family doing very, very, John Lithgow, only John Lithgow could do that. In fact, every actor in that show.
For people who don't know what Third Rock from the Sun was.
Third Rock from the Sun, lay it on them.
Yeah, it was a group of aliens who came to this Earth, and they were masquerading as if they were from Earth, but they were always really intrigued with the things that would happen.
Discovering things that are very basic for the first time,
right,
and being thrown off by it, like simple things like emotions or dreams or, things like that.
And the woman was actually the boss of all of them, as I recall. Isn't that correct?
No, John Lithgow's character was
the boss?
Was the
Okay.
yeah.
She was kind of a strong
She was the security officer.
That's it.
And then the young kid played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yep.
was the information officer and the oldest of them in reality, and then Harry was, of course, the transmitter. But it was such a silly show. But yeah, we mostly just watch things on Netflix. We have some DVDs that we have, and we have some digital copies of things as well. That's where we get all of our stuff, though.
The way life used to be, everyone got a daily newspaper. And I know this because at one time when I was a child, my very first job was delivering the Boston Globe in the Boston area.
I used to deliver papers. I substituted for delivering the Columbian up in Vancouver, Washington.
Because everyone, and if you get the paper, that you'd get angry phone calls from people who normally it was right there on their front desk or on their. They used to have remember the tubes. They used to have tubes attached to the mailboxes. You don't see any of those anymore. Done. Newspapers pretty much going away or going online. So you have the newspapers, and then you'd listen to the radio for entertainment and news and television. You know, everyone used to, since you couldn't DVR anything initially, you had to, if you wanted to see like the Ed Sullivan Show, you had to be planted in a chair on Sunday night on that channel watching it. Whereas now, I don't know about, since you don't do it, but I still use a DVR type device. Mm-hmm. We capture the shows we like and then we play them back when we want, and we also fast forward through the commercials. Not a good thing for those who are selling commercials. So how do you get your news then? If you're not, I mean, you're watching Netflix again. Are you picking it up on your phone, on your Fitbit? I mean, where do you get that information?
Robert and I talk about this a lot, it seems, but I kind of intentionally stay out of the main loop of news. But I do keep up to date reasonably, and I mostly just do that online.
Trump was elected, by the way. Did you know that?
I thought that was a joke.
It happened.
What?
Yeah. And it is a joke. So.
Oh,
political joke.
Political.
We're going to put a special banner across the bottom. Pay no attention to what the
We'll have a tally of like how many times we get political.
It's supposed to be rampant comedy. It's not supposed to be rampant politicism. So I apologize. We didn't have anything. Well, this has been fun.
Yeah. And thank you for liking and subscribing. Check out rampantcomedy.com. That's our website. Also visit us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram /Rampant Comedy on all those things. Have a good one, guys.
Take care, folks.
And cut, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so
if I were going to do that again, first of all, I probably wouldn't wear my glasses.
Yeah, and I know I tell you this after every episode, but you talk way too much.
I know.
I mean, you know this show's like my show.
It's and Rand.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be Dumbo guest who doesn't say much, and Rand who carries the comedy ball, and there I was.
People are clicking to see me, not.
I know.
Come on.
You did turn that off, right?
Oh, I haven't gotten up from this seat.
Whoa. Nice seeing you all.
Yeah, you're my favorite guest.
We're the best of friends.
Yeah.
It's working out terrific. You'd love it. Thanks for coming. Are we done yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. It got mean. That was
a
funny.
long one, too.
Yeah, that's okay.